So today we're going to rebuild the Miami Marlins, who, if you look at this team, they've got a lot of young and exciting players, and I feel like they could be a couple steps away from being a real competitor in the East and even in MLB. They got some of the best young pitchers. They've got one of the best young and exciting players in Jazz Chisholm. I mean, this team's looking great for the future. It just depends on how everything pans out. So let's get them back to their glory days of the early 2000s. Let's get into it. So with this team, like I said, it's a young and exciting team. There's a lot of good players here. You look at this rotation: Alcantara, Rogers, Lopez, Sixto Sanchez, Eliezer Hernandez is kind of like a meh. But then you still got Luzardo, you've got Cabrera, Max Meyer, Yuri Perez. Like that right there, that's a lot of talent in that rotation. You could use maybe someone like a veteran to come in, not just help out with like the actual pitching side of things, but the mental side of things, just having that veteran presence in the rotation. But right now, this is looking like a really strong rotation for the future. Bullpen's bullpen nowadays. Like, obviously having good arms out there is good, but I feel like the bullpen is starting to become more of really solidifying like really good matchups and just who has like really good stuff. It sounds so general and just like has good stuff, but I feel like that's what pitching is all about, just finding someone that has those good matchups and has that good stuff. Obviously there's the whole analytics, there's the scouting reports and everything like that, but like the game is always changing and everything's just like constantly changing the analytics and this and that I feel like if a pitcher's nasty, right? So look at the catcher, the recent acquisition of Jacob Stallings. He's there. Obviously, he's a veteran. He's got that good glove behind the plate. But you've got Joe Mack for the future. And outside of that, maybe could have a little bit more depth in the catching spot. First base, not bad. Aguilar, Garrett Cooper. You know, you've got La Tortuga as well. But Lewin Diaz is that guy that, if he could put it together, could be good for the future. But we'll have to wait and see. Second base, Jazz Chisholm. San Diaz, part of that Yelich trade that never really panned out. You got John Birdie as well. Jazz Chisholm at 87. Don't look at that rating. The guy has a good glove. The guy's got some speed. If you look at his hitting stats in game, they're not that great. So the thing with second base is it's really easy to have a really high rating. So again, I think Jazz is going to be a fantastic player in the majors. Would I say he's an 87 overall right now? No, but second baseman, if you have really good speed, really good fielding, it automatically boosts you up so high. Look at those hitting stats. They're really not that great. So just don't look at the rating. We'll look more at how he performs throughout the season. But like I said, I think Jazz is going to be a great player. I think he's a guy that the Marlins really need to build around. Third base, Anderson, Wendell. I think they're solid, right? I think potentially could improve on them. But for right now, I think it'll get the job done. Same thing with Miguel Rojas. Again, solid, right? Like he's not gonna blow you out of the water, but he's there. Khalil Watson, on the other hand, holy cow, this guy looks special. Obviously, he's only 18. So much can change from now until he makes the majors. But what he's doing in the minors right now, crazy. And then you have Devers as well, Jose Devers, is he? I've heard that he is. Let me double check here. Is this? They're cousins. Okay. Yes. They're cousins. I was going to say brothers. I knew they were related, but they're cousins. Okay. So got that out of the way. They are cousins. So Devers, Jose Devers, Rafael Devers, they're cousins. All right. So we got that out of the way. Jorge Soler, we've got him in left field. New addition to the squad. Definitely brings some power back to the lineup. Center field, you've got Brian De La Cruz and Jesus Sanchez. I think they're pretty solid out there. And then, of course, in right field, again, a new addition, Avisael Garcia. Just waiting for JJ Bleday to come up, who I know some people have started to write off, but I wonder how he's doing this year. I haven't looked into him this season, but let's see how he's doing. Off to a rough start this year. Last year was pretty decent in fall ball, but we'll have to wait and see how he plays out this year, because I know some people are starting to write him off. The guy has the talent, just got to put it together. So again, the team's young. So let's see how it plays out this year. Let's get to the draft, maybe add a couple more pieces, and we'll go from there. Okay, so 6th pick. Let me see. What are we missing here? I feel like we're in a good spot for this draft here. And oh man, that guy looks nasty. Holy cow. Oh. All right, let's not look at him. All these are closers, so let's just move past them. A second baseman in Medrano. We have De Jesus. The vision and discipline, he might be sneaky good. he might, the hitting stats aren't great. I know that, but a switch hitter with that vision and discipline, somehow he might be kind of nasty. I think he's going to take a while to develop, but honestly, why are there so many closers? Why so many blue chip closers? I know highest potential players there, but like, why so many blue chip closers? I don't need that many blue chip closers. Give me a right fielder. Give me a Mike Trout-esque player just once. Give me a shortstop that may end up just being like okay, but like switch it up. I don't need 99 different closers every draft. Like, come on. I'm gonna take that shortstop though. I'm gonna risk it. What was his name? De Jesus. I'm gonna take it. He's probably gonna be like 12 overall, but let's switch it up for once. Let's take a blue chip, because a lot of you guys in the comment section just hate that I don't ever take blue chip prospects. So let's switch it up for once. Let's have some fun with it. So now I like this pitcher. I'm gonna take a shot on him. We also have him like pretty highly scouted. So I'm gonna take Omar Pinero, and then we'll just keep moving forward. Man, I wish scouting got touched up a little bit like the draft. I feel like we could use a little bit more variety of players. Yeah, we'll take this guy. Okay, round 4. This Hernandez guy is still chilling. I'm gonna take him. I feel like that's just too good value at the end of the draft like that, or in the second half of the draft. So we might as well take him. And now, do we have anybody else scouted? We'll take Ullman. He's probably gonna be a nasty fielding catcher, but he might have some potential about him. And last pick, I'm probably just gonna take a random guy at the top of the charts here. And who is it gonna be? You know, we didn't take a reliever. Let's take a shot on a reliever, Buck Franks, and see what we got going on here. So what do we have? 94 potential. He's 60 overall. He honestly doesn't look too bad. Not a bad draft. Not a bad draft pick at all. That's actually pretty good. Fielding wise, he's a little low, so potentially could be a 6'2", maybe a second baseman. But especially with that arm, I'm not too sure about him playing shortstop. But you know what? Not a bad pick. The second pick, little disappointing with the 79 potential, 80 potential for Leland, but he's 51 overall. So there's that. And then we've got a couple other decent picks, but I feel like I'm let down by this draft. The first pick was good, but outside of that, I'm kind of like, it was okay. All right, so Jesus Aguilar becomes a free agent at the end of the year, and we're at the deadline, and I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe we do try to go out and just get someone that could potentially help us out for the future, and just kind of be like, let's send him to a team that may be competing. I think the White Sox are, at least they should be in the Central. They are in first. So I'm actually going to take one of their first basemen that they have in Gavin Sheets. Hits righties really well. And the reason I'm okay with this move right here is because we have someone that hits lefties really well. So we have that split where Gavin Sheets versus righties, and then Garrett Cooper versus lefties. They're okay with the deals 1 for 1. So there we go. There's a new first baseman. Honestly, I don't really know where else to go with this. The bullpen arms are kind of like hit or miss. Pitchers, I don't really see a reason to bring in anybody, because I feel like we've got those guys who are going to develop into really good pitchers anyways. Right fielders, we've got him locked up. We've got Soler locked up. We've got Miguel Rojas here. So, I mean, I could go out and bring in somebody a little bit better. But like right now, I feel like we just wait till the offseason, see how much money we have to play with then, and then kind of make the moves accordingly. Center fielders are doing just fine. Honestly, I don't really know what to do. Maybe Jacob Stallings is someone that we could look to improve on. But again, like who am I gonna go out and pick up, just because catchers are so hit or miss? So like I'm trying to figure out who I would go out and get, you know? Do I go out and see maybe Luis Campusano can be that guy, kind of fit that whole young team that we have going on? I don't know. Or do we get someone that's kind of established and I know they're gonna do well? That's kind of the big thing that I'm trying to figure out right now. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see how the rest of the season plays out, see how much money we have, and then we'll kind of go from there. Because I also know some players do become free agents in the next couple seasons, like 2024, when we'll probably have a little bit more money to play with too. So let's see what happens. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. So 85 and 77, considering we were like I think like 10 games below 500 at the trade deadline. Maybe not that far, but we were low. We were under 500 at the trade deadline. To turn it around that much, pretty impressive. So I'm not going to say the one trade was the main reason, but I'll take it. I'll take it. So league leaders, we didn't have any, but you can kind of see an idea of where everyone kind of is. I'm also trying to see if there's any names that I kind of want to sneak away from another team. And by sneak away, I mean completely rip off the CPU and bring them into our team and kind of see what I can find. But we do have an award. I'm assuming it's going to be, yeah, Gold Glove. So Soto's your MVP along with Brandon Lau, who all of a sudden in MLB The Show is just popping off. Completely popping off. You got Soto on the other side, like we said. DeGrom and Shohei are your MVP winners. Brantley, Soto are your batting title winners. I didn't even see Soto had 53 home runs, by the way. What a season. Holy cow. Good Lord. That's insane. That is wild. Wild. Okay. And then Prado and O'Neal Cruz are your rookies of the year. So pretty impressive stuff. Let's go take a look and see kind of how pitching played out. I thought Holloway, here he is. I had him up. How did he do? He got roughed up a little bit. I still have faith in him being kind of like a long reliever, middle relief option. We'll have to wait and see how he continues to improve. Lizardo, how'd you do? Not bad. Not bad. Still 73 overall. I mean, I think he's a guy that we can definitely keep our eye on for sure. Richard Blyer, man. Okay. Have a season. Sulzer struggled a little bit. So did Bass. I think he becomes a free agent, so I won't bring him back. Tanner Scott looks decent. Anthony Bender was all right. Definitely wish he was a little bit better. Zach Pop and then Dylan Floro. So Dylan Floro was good. I'm a little worried that he's going to fall off, so he might be a guy that I look to trade next season. You look at our starters. Pablo Lopez definitely did struggle. Sixto's doing all right stuff, especially as a back-end rotation kind of guy. And then you've got Hernandez, who is actually kind of decent, who I know in real life is struggling. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way the rotation is starting to shape up. Bullpen, just add a couple pieces. I think the pitching is set. So looking at this, how did Hassan Diaz develop this year? Because I'm thinking maybe we call him up just to be like a rotational guy. We've got Lewin Diaz, who also improved a little bit. And who got sent down? Peyton Henry. Honestly, not bad. Peyton Henry, not a bad backup catcher there. So Garrett Cooper only faces lefties, and he's all right. Again, I'm gonna need that split guy for Gavin Sheets, someone that hits lefties really well. So if Garrett Cooper does start to regress, maybe we look to find somebody else. They called this guy up, sure, why not? Even though Peyton Henry was having an okay year. John Birdie has an okay on base percentage. I have a random hair that just like keeps like poking me in the eye and like tickling my cheek. Anyways, we got Brian De La Cruz, who didn't improve like at all, but also didn't regress. So interesting. I also only have him in versus lefties, who hits a lot better. So we'll see what happens. And then now, honestly, Joey Wendell kind of nasty. We've got him hitting free agency. I think we might bring him back. I mean, if the guy's putting up numbers like this, might as well. We do need that top of the lineup guy. He fits that perfectly. Brian Anderson also did fairly well. Don't hate that at all. Avisael Garcia, almost 30 home runs. I'll take that all day. Almost a 280 average too. Jorge Soler, 33 home runs. Can't complain. Gavin Sheets, he's going up in rating. Things are looking kind of nice. I mean, he was actually having a quiet season with the White Sox. So we put him in the starting lineup, 25 home runs. Average, I think, went up. On base percentage went up. OPS, all that stuff started going up once he started getting regular game time. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens. Definitely need a catcher. That's just that. Jazz Chisholm, like I said, the hitting stats are a little low. So we got to see if that improves over time. But I think we'll be okay with him at second base. Jesus Sanchez. What? He actually popped off. I only had him in the righty lineup, so maybe that is the case. As you can see by the lefty numbers dropping off a little bit, he might be my righty killer in center field. And then we have Brian De La Cruz versus lefties. And then Miguel Rojas, you know, not fantastic. But you know what? We've got some pieces to build around. Let's head to the offseason. Let's see how much money we can play with. And the Rays win the World Series. I think that's what that said. Or yeah, that's definitely what that said. So the Rays are your World Series winner. Miggy retires this year. Okay. Regressing already. Not the best of years. I think we say goodbye, part ways, and we look to find another reliever. 40-man, definitely going to add Blade. I think he's a guy that we could end up using as a potential outfielder. I mean, he could definitely help us out. We're a little light on outfielders as is. And then now, let me see how much money we have. All right, so we're off season. We've got plenty of money to spend. About 60 mil, right? So this is what I'm thinking. Pitching. let's not mess with it. Let's just leave it as is. A couple players do become free agents soon, mostly Pablo Lopez in a couple seasons, but then for the most part, we're kind of good for everybody being locked up for the future. Bullpen is kind of where I'm starting to question like who we can really rock with moving forward. I would love to get someone that I could throw in for the future for the closer spot, because Dylan Floro is going to regress. It's just going to happen. That's just the way it is. So I could go out and sign somebody now and then flip Floro once the season starts. I just don't know if I like these options. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't. Do I go with Taylor Rogers, who's already regressing? Do I go with Edwin Diaz, who clearly likes to blow a save? Well, seven's like, yeah, kind of. 4.71 ERA, though, is not ideal. The thing is, he's young, fairly young, 29, 8 potential as well. So, like, he's gonna develop, right? Like, you would think. And for like 11 mil, I mean, it's not terrible. He's one of the younger relievers available on the market, and he also has potential to grow. So that's kind of why I'm thinking maybe he is the best option moving forward, unless I make a trade, which I feel like I'm gonna have to give up something that I really don't want to, because if I look at what's available on the market right now, like what am I seeing? Maybe Gallegos, but he becomes a free agent fairly soon as well. So we're gonna have to pay him money, and for like 11 mil, I feel like I'm gonna have to pay that or more for any other reliever that I get. So I'm really upset I didn't take this guy. This was the guy in the draft that I said was gonna be insane. He's already a 75 overall, which is unbelievable. But like, you kind of see what I'm saying, that with the closers that I'm looking at that are available, I'm either gonna have to trade a bunch, or I'm gonna have to pay the exact same kind of money for what I'm gonna end up paying Edwin Diaz. So I think that's probably the best bet. I think the reason I'm okay with it is just because he has that A potential as well. So I think I'm going to take a shot with him. 3 years. He wants a little bit more than 11 mil. He wants 13. I'm offering 14 though. It is a lot. It is a lot. He wants a shorter deal. Oh, okay. What about 2 years, 14? 2 years, 14. 2 years, 14. Let's do that. That's what, season 2, season 3? Let's take a shot. 2 years, 14. A little bit more than I wanted to, but you know what? That also gives us a little bit of flexibility moving forward. And then I said pitching, I'm going to leave alone. The only other position I'm looking at is catcher, which, because like, I guess shortstop too. Ooh, shortstop. So do I keep Jacob Stallings for the time being? He becomes a free agent, what, next year? 2 years? Oh, man. So either I acquire a catcher or I acquire a shortstop. I can't do both. I got to go with one or the other. What is the better move for right now? He's still quite a bit out. That's kind of what I'm worried about. So is Devers. We've got De Jesus. He's kind of far out too. Third base could be a little bit of an issue, so we could always move one of these guys to third base or our newly acquired shortstop. So I think shortstop, just because paying a catcher, it never really pans out. It just doesn't. It really doesn't. So do I spend the big money on Trey Turner, or do I go for someone like a Tim Anderson and see what happens here? Again, I don't really like our options. I really don't. What does he want? About 13. He wants a longer deal. If I get a longer deal, it's 11 mil, or I go the shortstop route and I go about 10 mil for Tim Anderson, or I have to do a max deal for Trey Turner, which I won't be able to beat the Dodgers. Okay, so I decided to skip out on shortstop just because, one, I can't match this offer for the Dodgers. Even if I go, 9 mil, I'm still behind them, right? So there's that. On top of that, Tim Anderson, I haven't seen Tim Anderson do good in franchise. I just haven't seen it happen. So I think I'm going to skip on shortstop for this year. I'm going to rely on the guys that we currently have, or could make a trade to find like kind of a stopgap in the time being, or Miguel Rojas could rock for another season. And instead, I'm going to go after Wilson Contreras. 575 is an okay deal. He put up okay-ish numbers, and I think we're still well within budget that allows us to have some flexibility to make moves for the future. And with A potential, again, he has that room to grow if that is possible. We'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, I think that kind of fills what we need right now. No reason to go crazy right now and just completely blow our budget and not have any money left over. So let's leave it for there. Let's see if we get our players. That's the big thing. Are we gonna get our players? Are we gonna get our players? Please let us get them. So Wilson Contreras signs. Now it just comes down to Edwin Diaz. Do we get him to sign as Max Muncy joins the already crazy Phillies with their bats? I don't know. Did we get him? We did. Okay, we got who we wanted. All right, I think that's good. That's our offseason. Okay, we're making a deal with the Dodgers for Brewster and Andy Pages, a right fielder. Could move him to left field. Essentially, I'm just looking for someone to help us out with the future, you know, because we do have JJ Bleday, and that's kind of it. We do have Peyton Burdick, who actually looks decent. He actually does. He looks actually really similar to who we're trading for. It's just, I don't know. I'm gonna do a little flip. I want someone a little bit younger. I just feel like just get that younger prospect in, someone that can develop for the future. And at 26 years old, I either need to get him into the team like now, or I think he might become Rule 5 eligible soon. I gotta look up on my Rule 5 rules. Either way, I just feel like getting the younger guy who's a little bit better already. I'm probably gonna move him to left field, and then on top of that, I just think his hitting stats are a little bit more well-rounded with the vision and discipline, contact, all that stuff. So I think it's going to be better for us in the long term. Let's get Andy and Brewster in for Floro and Peyton and Burdick. The more I looked at their stats, they're actually really similar. So like, you know what? I don't mind the move. He already goes up 2 if I move him to left field. The thing I'm looking at is now I have a left fielder for the future. And realistically, I'm probably keeping Jesus Sanchez in center field. So like, Burdick wasn't getting any time there. We have Bleday in right, and now we have this left fielder with Andy. So like, I feel like we're okay there. Plus, if anything doesn't go right, we could always trade for him. But realistically, what I was doing was I was getting Peyton into the deal to get the Brewster part done, because we needed just a little bit more to make the deal possible. So when I threw Peyton in, it gave me a little bit extra on our side, and that's what allowed me to get the outfielder in. So I felt like we were a little light on outfield depth anyways. Let's just bring in another one. And this guy is a little bit higher rated anyway. So there it is. That was the reason why I did that deal. So with that in mind, I still need to clean this up a little bit. This is a little bit of a mess. Pitching, I think is pretty solid. Lineup wise, I do need to clean this up a little bit too, because I think we have what, 28 guys, 27. So I need to send one down. It's going to be a reliever who was terrible last year. A lot of guys. Cole Sulzer's 33. I did not realize that. I'm going to trade him because he's not going to improve anymore. Let's go get a reliever. I might even package him with Anthony Bender, who also probably won't hold his rating. Realistically, neither will Richard Blyer. Okay, so let's just package these two for one reliever. And let me find somebody. Maybe someone with B potential if we're lucky. Maybe like Zach Little. Oh, perfect. I have a little bit more too. I can get something else. Ooh, what can I get? Let's go. Ooh, who can I get? Who can I get? Who can I get? Do I have a backup shortstop this year? I don't. Can I get somebody here? I can get Tyro Estrada for a season. I'll take it. It's a backup shortstop. Sure. All right, so this is currently our team. As you can see, JJ Bleday has been called up to be that extra outfielder. I'm gonna have Tyro Estrada in AAA to start, just because I didn't realize Joey Wendell could play short. So we'll just have him as like our rotating infielder. I think Birdie can play short too. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, there's that. I mean, I traded for him when I didn't really need him, but lineup's kind of the same. Wilson Contreras hops into the lineup. Outside of that, it's all the same. Pitching rotation currently looks like this. We've got Gratterall. On top of that, I did sign Luis Cessa just in case, you know, one of these players starts to regress. We've got some depth. And by some, I mean one pitcher as our depth. So we might make some trades along the way. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with the way the team looks. We have a little bit of money, about 30 mil. On top of that, we've got Brian Anderson, Wendell, Miguel Rojas, Pablo Lopez, arbitration, Stallings, arbitration. Honestly, let's trade Stallings. Let's trade Stallings. There's no reason to keep him. I'm gonna see if I can get like just like some sort of backup catcher. Doesn't even have to be someone like crazy good, like Yarmin. Like we can get him. Ooh, like Kevin Plawecki. Sounds crazy, but like there's that. And then let's just get. Do they have somebody that's got like deep potential that like could help us out? Anybody? Okay, so we're out on this one. Let me find a trade. Okay, I'm absolutely fleecing the Angels. Thank you so much. Pedro Severino, Jose Suarez, and Hunter Wood all in the team. Okay, so now Jose Suarez, couple more. We got Hunter Wood now as a backup pitcher as well. And then Severino is our backup catcher. I think that's better. now we go forward. All right, so I took a lot of risks in this draft and it clearly didn't pay out, so let's just pretend it didn't happen. We were kind of in the middle of the round, and on top of that, our scouts are terrible. I mean, it's not that they're terrible, they're just giving me a lot of pitchers, and I feel like I don't need pitching like at all. I feel like we've got plenty of good pitchers, so like I'm trying to avoid taking pitchers and I'm trying to stock up the rest of our positions, and clearly it's not working. So let's forget about this draft. Let's keep moving forward. All right, I'm at the deadline and I'm torn between 3 shortstops right now. And the 3 that I'm torn between are not shortstops, third baseman. Devers, you can reunite him with his cousin. Thing is, our third basemen are kind of bad right now. Brian Anderson's struggling heavily this year compared to last year. And Joey Wendell. Joey Wendell's also struggling. He also becomes a free, they actually both become free agents this year. So like, could use a third baseman. So Devers, that's the first one. The next one is newly extended Jose Ramirez. I think this could be a really fun pickup as well. Or something completely out of left field, someone that I don't ever really pick up in rebuilds like at all. Manny Machado. I do see he's regressing a little bit. He's not having the best of years. Didn't really have the best of years last year either. But I'm kind of interested to see how it would play out. The issue is his contract's massive. So like that's kind of like, ugh. Thing is, Devers I can usually acquire for fairly cheap, and he absolutely mashes. And I think I'm gonna go for Devers. So I'm gonna throw in Joey Wendell. We're also looking for an outfielder. I don't really have anybody that I want to give up right now. I mean, I could go De La Cruz. I could. The issue is De La Cruz is a righty, and I kind of need a righty in the lineup. So that's why I'm like, I don't really want to get rid of him just yet. This guy, I signed him free agency just to kind of show you guys that if you have good fielding, good reactions, and good speed at second base, you're gonna have a decent rating. He's 71 overall, and if you look at his hitting stats, they're not great. So that's kind of why I signed him. But like, he might actually get this deal pretty close to being done. And then I feel like, you know what? Let's just see what they're looking for to make this deal possible. Khalil Watson and John Birdie, you're crazy. I'll give you John Birdie. But like, what about Cordova? That doesn't get it done. Diaz doesn't get it done. I might have to give up one of my pitchers. Oh, it's not good. Hernandez potential went down. Okay, so now I'm looking at it going, we might have to give up somebody. I do have to give up De La Cruz. That's honestly, yep, let's do it. There it is. There's the trade. There we go. Postseason appearance as a wild card team, 92-70, and I'm pretty happy with the way we're starting to progress as a team. 6-0, great winning percentage, and Jazz leading the league in doubles. Perfect, love it. All right, awards. Let's see what we got. Bunch of gold gloves. Soto, back-to-back MVP. Oh, Soler in the mix. I like that. Jordan on the other side. Okay, Giolito. It's good to see. Okay. Cy Young, Bueller. Harper batting title along with Trout, Hendricks, and Jansen with the Cubs. Interesting. And then Buddy Kennedy is your rookie of the year along with Robert Newstrom. So looking at our lineup now, things are going to change here. Why did they send down Holloway? All right, I got to clean this up. This is a huge mess. So Holloway needs to come back up. I sent down Scott because he was getting absolutely shelled. Only pitched 26 innings, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Same thing with Blyer, 30 innings, was getting killed out there. So let's go with, hold on. We just have an extra pitcher up now. We do have an extra pitcher up, which means position player was sent down. But who? Tyro Estrada. I called Tyro Estrada up after all of our moves that we made during the deadline. So now we could talk about what we did here. So Eliezer Hernandez probably not coming back after potential going down and also really struggling this year. Little was great. Holloway was fantastic in the innings that he pitched. Suarez was fantastic. Bruzdar, fantastic. Sesa, yikes. And then Edwin Diaz, big yikes as well. Not ideal at all. I don't know why he does poorly. I don't get it whatsoever. Also seeing 3 cold marks here. That's not what you want to see heading into the postseason at all. But I still kind of like what I'm seeing. I really do. Lineups wise, what do we have here? Cooper, only lefties, and I mean the guy killed it. He does become a free agent. But the thing is, I think Ooh, do I bring him back? I feel like if I can get him for around 3 mil, it's not a bad pickup, right? The guy's only here to hit lefties, and he does that. Severino sucked. Thairo Estrada off the bench was pretty solid. Bleday, man, we got to figure something out with you. I think it's just more game time. I just don't know how I'm going to do that. Who else did they send down? San Diaz got called up, was pretty bad. So they just called up another catcher. Cool. Trying to see if anything else changed. No, that's it. All right. Brian Anderson. Yeah. Becomes a free agent. I was maybe thinking he could have turned things around a little bit, gave us something close to this year, but I think he's just someone that we let walk. You know, Avisael Garcia is killing it, absolutely mashing. We've got what, 2 more years with him. I'm okay with that. Devers, I forgot to extend his contract. We're gonna have to do that now. But even though he had a quiet year, that means we'll just get him for less, which I'm fine with. Soler, mashing. We've got 1 more year on his deal. Gavin Sheets, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Crazy good. Wilson, yes. Jazz improving, so that's good to see. And then, okay, everybody's doing great. The offense is carrying the team. Miguel Rojas, you're regressing because of age. That's fine. We'll get a shortstop. No biggie. So, who can I turn to? We've got this guy who looks like he's going to mash. Ooh, a potential. Ooh, what a trade. What a trade. What a trade. I don't know who else Devers. But man, he's just not improving hitting-wise at all. And then we also had that guy that we drafted who's still chilling in single A along with Khalil Watson. So I think a shortstop is a must. I definitely do. I think we've got to be smart with our money as well because we're going to have to re-sign Devers. But we do have, I think now Soler clearly moves to DH. Either I turn to this guy or JJ Bleday. I might give JJ Bleday a shot at left field. And then first base is a question. No, not first base. Shortstop. Shortstop's our big question mark. Okay, shortstop's our big question mark. Either way, I think our lineup should be set. I hope it is. Any changes that need to be done? This is the DH spot versus lefties. So third base. Okay, Thairo Estrada. Yeah, simple. All right, easy fix. Postseason, we win. That's huge. Okay, I kind of was expecting a loss. I'm not gonna lie. So let's put like this and go forward. Win, win, win. Oh, Sixto day 1 or hold on. What would have been so Rogers just pitched. So honestly, he could probably go again. He probably could go again. So let's do that. Let's go Rogers. Man, Alcantara got roughed up a little bit, but I think that's good. I think we might as well stick with our best foot forward, and we do get eliminated. But hey, we made it to the NLCS. Like that's a good sign. I'm liking what I'm seeing. The Astros defeat the Dodgers, and are we 1 year away from making a World Series with this team? Are we really? Pujols retires with the Pirates 2 home runs shy of 700. Is that what I saw? Ooh, okay. So here I'm just gonna. He wants 5 years. I'm honestly I'm throwing him the bag. I know he deserves probably like 20 mil, but I want to make sure he signs and we don't lose him. We made the trade. Let's keep him on the team. Brian Anderson, like, yeah, I could bring him back. Yeah, I can have him be a platoon guy, but realistically, it doesn't seem like he's going to improve too much hitting wise. It seems like we saw the best out of him. It might just be best to let him walk. Like, what does he want? 6 mil. I feel like for 6 mil, I'm probably going to sign like a bench bat, and I could probably get a bench bat for cheaper. So let's just save the money. Blyer, no. What does Cooper want? 6 mil. You see what I'm saying? So man, now I got to be smart with my money here. I'm going to pick up this option for Sesa, and I'm just going to let everybody walk. I think we have that contract offer to Devers. Hopefully he signs it. Does he sign it? He does. So Severino. Oh, arbitration. I'm probably not going to pick that up, to be honest. So now we've got Soler in the DH. We're going to have Bleday in left, but I'm going to move him to the bottom of the lineup. Jazz could be our leadoff guy, or I could sign a shortstop that is our leadoff guy. And I think our lineup would be pretty close to being complete. I'm going to shuffle it up a little bit more. And then pitching wise, Hernandez is not coming back. Do I have somebody? I could turn to Edward Cabrera. Yeah. Okay, so perfect. So let's just release Eliezer. So a pitcher and a shortstop. Seems pretty easy. All All right, my 3 offers for the offseason are Amed Rosario, Garrett Cooper, and Randall Grichuk. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm really happy with my starters. We're going to call up Edward Cabrera, who could either be a starter or a long reliever. The bullpen, pretty good besides Luis Cessa, but Luis Cessa only pitched 9 innings, and yeah, he got rocked, but it's really tough to judge him off of those 9 innings. We could go out and sign somebody. We have the money to do it. So I guess we could. Is like anybody really... Do I go with Jordan Hicks again? We know he's kind of nasty. Like we know he's pretty nasty. So do I do that? How much money does he want? Let's see. What do we got here? 7 mil. He wants a shorter deal as well. What if we do like that? I mean, and we still got 20 mil in the bank to work with. I feel like that's not a bad pickup either. So I guess we could do that, get that extra reliever in. And then lineup wise, I said shortstop was a move. I'm going for Amed Rosario on a 2-year club option. That also gives us time to develop some of our younger guys a little bit more. Plus, I just don't really like what's available. So like, I could go out for a trade. We have do we have the pieces to make a trade? Kind of, but not really. So at least not for like a really, really good shortstop, right? So I feel like Amed Rosario can get the job done for 2 years or even a year. He had a bad year like 2 years ago, but I'll take the chance. I'm gonna take the chance. Those are my offers. They're on the table. This is what I'm going with. That's what I want. I'll see you guys for the 3rd season. I was gonna say final season, but it might not be 3rd season. All right, 2024. This is what we're looking like. It's still basically the same squad. You know, Hicks is a new addition. We're gonna give Diaz 1 more year. That's because that's the last year of his deal. But you know, Edward Cabrera's come up. We still have Max Meyer, Yuri Perez. Like those are 2 pretty solid arms to look forward to for the future. But I'm liking what this team's starting to become. Like a lot of these young guys are starting to hit the lineup. I brought back Cooper. I brought in Grichuk. We have Estrada. We brought back Rojas as well. And this is currently what our bench is looking like. Honestly, not bad. Look at this power from Grichuk. I like that off the bench a lot. So then this is where it kind of gets weird because lefty, lefty, lefty. We just got a lot of lefties. The thing is, I think it'll still work out because like matchup wise, we're actually pretty good. And looking at our yeah, I just like the lineup a lot. I do. JJ Bleday is one guy that I'm a little worried about. We do have Andy here, but I think his hitting stats need to go up a little bit more. We also do have Khalil Watson, kind of the same situation for him. I think his hitting stats need to go up a little bit more. I signed Drew Mendoza because he was chilling in free agency, so I was like, sure, why not? But yeah, this is the team. I like it a lot. I think this is a really solid squad. We're starting to put together a pretty good team. So budget wise, I extended, where is he? Where is he? Jazz Chisholm. I've extended him for the next 5 years, so that's why the money is a little tight moving forward. We have 5 mil in the budget, but like Cessa becomes a free agent. We have Paulo Lopez, Grichuk, Cooper, Rojas. They all become free agents, so I got to figure out if I want to keep Lopez or not. And also Soler becomes a free agent. Edwin Diaz becomes a free agent. So we should be okay moving forward. Like I doubt I'm bringing back Edwin Diaz. Soler probably not. Maybe, but probably not. And then Pablo Lopez is still kind of the one that I'm on the fence the most about. But overall, I feel like we're looking pretty good. I think we're really solid. So let's see how this season plays out. I think this season really can tell where we're at. You know, last year we made it pretty close to a World Series. But I think with these pitchers, this bullpen, that lineup, I think we should be a big World Series threat. So let's do it. On the division, 98 and 64, there we go. We're going to be taking on the Brewers, and you got the Mets and the Braves taking on, or one of them is going to be taking on the Dodgers. No league leaders this year, but we got an award. More gold gloves. Come on, give me something different. Soto had a great year. Tyler O'Neill had a great year. Tatis had a great year. Soto, just name it the Juan Soto Award, because that's what it is. Jordan killing it as well. Mike Trout. Shohei with the Blue Jays. Whoa, that's wild. Walker Buehler, Bieber are your Cy Young winners. Trout and Soto are the batting title winners. Devin Williams, reliever of the year, and Taylor Rogers also winning reliever of the year. Heston Kjerstad, as well as Michael Madsen. Okay, those 2 are your rookie of the year. So let's take a look at our team. Nothing changed with pitching. Luzardo, I think he's set for this role. This is his role moving forward. Holloway was great. Suarez now has A potential and is absolutely killing it. One of my favorite arms to pick up for the bullpen. You've got Jordan Hicks, who was solid. Cruz struggled a little bit, but he pitched like half the innings from previous years. So like kind of makes sense, right? Zach Little was great. And then Edwin definitely turned it around, but I'm not going to bring him back next year. Trevor Rogers, how we doing? Still solid. I mean, look at this team. Ooh, oh man, that's gross. And we got Yuri Perez and Max Meyer waiting for a chance. Where do I get them into this team? How do I do that? How do I get them into the team? Lineup wise, who got sent down? Tyro Estrada, how did he do? Not bad on, like, obviously the power numbers aren't there, but like it wasn't terrible. Like as a bench bat, I'm pretty comfortable with that. Outside of that, you know, they brought up, that was it. Yeah, they just made that one change. So Garrett Cooper, I think this was his last year with the team. Like you can see it's definitely fallen off. Randall Grichuk didn't really get too many appearances, but like whatever. Rojas killed it off the bench, and he didn't get any chances. And then our backup catcher was our backup catcher. So JJ Bleday, really 8 potential? Okay. What are we looking at numbers wise? Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Jazz was really good to start the season. He kind of cooled off towards the end of it, which is unfortunate. Like I said, though, I'm pretty happy with him staying at second base. Devers, fantastic. Soler, 30 home runs, can't complain. But like I said, you can see he's starting to regress. I think it's time to just go with, you know, we keep Bleday there, and then we can move Andy into the DH spot or outfield, however things are going, because he's starting to regress too. One more year with his deal. Yeah, okay. Wilson Contreras, solid season. Jesus Sanchez, why? We were having a good thing going. We were having a really good thing going, and now you're starting to regress on me. Ahmed Rosario, not as good as previous years. I'll have to think about what I want to do there. Gavin Sheets, what's up with everybody like kind of regressing on me? What's going on there? So what I'm thinking here is Andy hops in, DH versus righties. We've got Khalil Watson. How are we looking on him? I don't know. Like, he looks great. Like 77 overall, good fielding, good speed. It's those hitting stats. It's a little low. So maybe one more year. Maybe one more year. I think one more year. So I think I'll have to wait and see. Pitching wise, I think it's just Max Meyer and Yuri Perez that we gotta figure out how to get them into the team. But overall, I mean, we've been killing it with the prospects and everything like that. So we're facing the Brewers. I kind of want to see what their team looks like. All right, so after a few seasons, Jake Bowers is new. You know, Garrett Mitchell's been called up, but like that's a Brewers team. Peralta, Burns, Lauer. Yeah, I mean, Chapman's new, a couple new bullpen arms, but like offensively, it kind of looks like the Brewers. Why don't I have a full lineup? What is this? Third base? Oh, on the DH side. So lefty. So I guess I go Rojas at third. I guess that's what I do. All right. I guess that's what we're doing. Let's see what happens here against the Brewers. We advance. Awesome. All right. So Edward Cabrera, not getting his chance just yet, but might get one in the postseason. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Mets. Ooh, let's see their lineup. So the Mets, what do we got? I mean, what's new? Pinder? TJ Crone? Casey Golden? Adam Frazier? DeGrom? No DeGrom? No DeGrom. What? Oh, there he is. Okay. He might be pitching this game, right? Is he pitching this game? He's not. So why didn't I see DeGrom? Either way, I feel like this is a team that we can beat, right? Maybe not. Maybe? Oh, we're taking on the Mariners or the Blue Jays. Ooh, the Mariners. I mean, we got to keep looking at the lineups. So the Mariners, what do we got? I mean, the Mariners are always like a sneaky good team. Like they just have players that do really well in franchise, and obviously in real life they're a solid squad too. Vogelbach there's an interesting one, but I mean again, like that top half of the lineup's scary. Suarez on the bench, Julio Rodriguez on the bench, and then their rotation solid. Their bullpen, I mean, has to be solid if they're in the World Series, right? I mean, they beat Toronto, they beat Houston. So, like, this is going to be a tough matchup for us. And 1-1, 1-2, 2-2. Losing that one's tough. All right, game 7. Woo-hoo! I feel like this would be a crazy World Series to be at. Okay, so game 7. Let's go. Last time the World Series was won by the Marlins was 2003. So let's go with 03. Let's do a little bit of a throwback, a little homage, as you will say. We're going to go with Trevor Rogers having a fantastic... Ooh, they're very righty heavy here. What if we pick 6 though? Do they switch it up a little bit? They do. They do a little bit. So let's go Rogers. Let's go Rogers, and we'll stick with it. I have faith. That's not good. That's not a good start. A double. All right. Okay, we get out of it. A ground out, a strikeout, a walk. Can't keep it alive though. Okay. So, oh, we got so lucky. Runner thrown out, going home. Whew. Little bailout for us. I mean, the thing is, they're getting base runners. They score because of it. We're not. Oh, Ahmed Rosario goes, we don't need base runners. Oh, Gavin Sheets goes, oh, I don't need a base runner either. I'm just gonna hit a home run. Back-to-back home runs gives us the lead in game 7. Things are looking good. I mean, just what you want, right? I think that's it for Rogers. He was Jesus Sanchez, all guys that were kind of quiet throughout the season. Jesus Sanchez, Gavin Sheets, Ahmed Rosario was okay. But again, those two, Sanchez and Sheets, were pretty bad this year. So for them to deliver in game 7, you gotta love it. All right, I'm gonna take out Rogers here. Let's go to our righty. I think Holloway is a good spot right here. The double play is perfect. Jazz gets on base. Maybe we steal second. We got him in scoring position. And, oh, we didn't even need to get him in scoring position because Devers goes, I'm gonna bring in a home run. Every run has been brought in thanks to a home run this game. That's, hey, efficiency? I mean, bases loaded for Gavin Sheets. Can he do it again? If he does it again, game over. He can't do it again. All right. So Holloway works 2 scoreless so far. A sack bunt moves him over. Don't bring in the run, but I just kind of want to swing the bat. I want everybody to kind of get the bat going. 5-2 after a Rodriguez home run. And now I think we go Zach Little. We go to the setup guy who closes out the inning, but it is a 2-run game. So Edwin Diaz is going to take the 9th. And I need him to be Edwin, not Ed lose. I'm not going to lie. This is super nerve-wracking. This is not what I wanted to see. A leadoff home run. Pinch hitter. There it is. The Marlins win the World Series. And to be honest, I'm happy to end the video there. Garrett Cooper is your World Series MVP, playoff MVP. Goes to Avisael Garcia. Let's take a look at the lineup, see how everything went. Jazz, great postseason, killed it. Devers, same thing. Soler kind of cooled off. You got Avisael Garcia was solid. Wilson Contreras was okay. Jesus Sanchez have a postseason. Okay. All right, off the bench. Yeah, Garrett Cooper was kind of hot off the bench, huh? Yeah, I'd love to see it. Honestly, besides Khalil Watson and Max Meyer, I feel like we kind of got everybody that I wanted to get in here, right? We got Sanchez involved. We kind of kept the core that the Marlins have. We brought in like Devers. We brought in Wilson Contreras, Gavin Sheets too, but even Garrett Cooper kind of stayed with the squad for a majority of the time. Miguel Rojas. This guy, I'm definitely going to get in future rebuilds because it looks like he turns into a beast. But like Khalil Watson really was the only guy I couldn't get in here, and Max Meyer, which were the 2 that I really wanted to. But winning a World Series in 3 years with this team, I think is pretty solid. And maybe we do a realistic rebuild in the future. I most likely will. I usually do every team twice throughout the year, especially with the trade deadline. They might be a team that gets involved if they have a pretty solid season or they're like a wild card contender. So this team's solid. I like what we did with it. I feel happy with ending it right here. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel for new and enjoy the content. Of course, get in the comment section. Let me know what team you want to see next. If you got any crazy other ideas you want to see down below, let me know what you think. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace. Did you enjoy today's video? If you did, I've got another one for you right here. Boom. Right there. Check it out. It's going to be great. Recommend this one.